Don't you be afraid.
Hey guys, welcome to the ANX Weekly Update, where we bring you the latest video game, anime, and movie news. I'm Unbiased Ann, and I'm here with Genesis and Terrence. What's up, guys?
Hey, what's going on?
What's happening? Somebody was shaking your camera. I don't know who.
Oh, that was me.
That was you?
I move sometimes, like I don't realize it, and then it shakes the desk. And
But everybody good?
Everybody good?
I'm
All right.
good.
Well, let's go ahead and do the social media thing real quick. Follow us at ANX Gamecast on all social media outlets and wherever you get your favorite podcasts. Speaking of podcasts, we have this one, the ANX Weekly Update. If you're watching, shout out.
Shout out.
But we also have ANX Gamecast. That's all that is on AVersion TV on YouTube. So make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. We are the one that is not in Spanish. Y'all ready?
Yep.
Round 1.
What we got? Oh, I was excited about this one. We got a new pop.
These dang pops.
Boy, it's done killed more people than Corona and the plague put together. The Morton Salt Girl. But not just any Morton Salt Girl. It's the Diamond exclusive. I like those for some reason. Box lunch exclusive. So it's the Diamond Collection box lunch exclusive.
I thought the Diamond Collection was just for the Disney characters.
It was. It seemed like that way at first. But now they're coming out with more and more. I think they came out with a Deadpool Diamond that I was not able to get because it sold out really, 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 really quick.
I mean, this one does look kind of fancy with
that mug was dope. I was like, yo.
and all the salt pouring out.
Yeah.
And what you said, this killed more people.
Kill more people than the plague.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Just reminds me of my childhood. I'm pretty sure that the salt container looks the same now. But when I was little, I don't know. That's what I remember having. And then it all turned to Mrs. Dash because, that stuff will kill you. Anyway. So you like that one? Is that dope? No?
That's a better pop.
I like that one.
Pop.
I like that one.
It's just so random. It's like, here's the Morton Salt Girl.
Yeah. I think this might be, is this the first kind of ad icon that we have? Is that what it says at the top? Pop ad icon?
Ad icon.
Mm-hmm.
This might be the first one that we've gotten. But anyway, I thought it was cool. So I picked it up.
Maybe they'll do a Mrs. Butterworth.
Whoa. I get that one too. What? So they do have a regular version of that one too. And I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. But then once the Diamond Collection came out, I was like, okay, got to get that one. So anyway, if y'all want to check it out, link down in the description below. We got some more ANX updates. Resident Evil 3 review. Did it with Mike B. And it is out now.
Did you play that, Terrence?
I did.
Oh, okay.
I did play it.
You played it for all the 4 and 6 hours that it took to beat it?
No, I didn't. I actually played the online portion a little bit more.
Mm.
Oh, okay. That's the part I didn't play. You would play that because you just...
He likes online.
I like online.
I swear. I don't know. How was online? Because I don't really feel like I would like this online because the mechanics are way better than they used to be, but it just doesn't feel like mechanics that would be great online.
So the basic premise is it's Friday the 13th with a Resident Evil feel.
So Boogeyman coming after you and all your friends?
Pretty much you have a group of 4 who are trying to get out. And you can either be in the group of the 4 friends or you can be the man, Mr. X behind everything.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
And Mr. X comes through, he wrecks everybody. And so it right before and the people who know how to play it, right before you're like, hey, there's the door at the end of the tunnel. Here comes Mr. X. And so it's decent. It's decent and it's a good playthrough. If everybody plays together.
Yeah, I ain't got time for that. Yeah. I'm shooting, I'm killing everything. 10 kills for me, no kills for y'all, and we win.
Everything.
Yeah. So anyway.
Check that out.
Oh, what was this? So last week we did the show about a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody started yelling at me about stuff.
We had a very spirited discussion.
Yeah. So I chopped that up, sliced and diced, and I put it out there on YouTube as a separate thing under ANX Versus. So if you like just to see us argue about stuff, ANX Versus is for you. Again, that's on AVersion TV. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe. You got to change your heart since we did our No, you still think it's a long game? Still think it's the longest game ever made?
Oh, I didn't say that either.
All right.
Don't put words in my mouth.
All right, okay. Long, super long game. Anyway, y'all ready for round 2?
Yep.
Round 2.
Round 2. All right, we got a bunch of new games. I mean, there were some honorable mentions that I didn't put in here because we usually only do console gaming. But Octopath Traveler, PUBG, those both came out on Stadia. So I was like, okay. I haven't heard anything good about Stadia, so I have not checked it out yet. But one day.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gaining some steam, I guess. A little bit. Because when it first came out, it was just bad. But anyway, first new game, LevelHead, all one word. I don't know how I feel about this game. At first, I was like all out, like no. So it's just like an old school side-scrolling type game, but you can create your own levels.
And it sounds like you don't know Jack. I don't know if y'all have ever like played. We've played it, but it was a long time ago.
So,
but it's got that fun, that kind of sense of humor. But it's like.
But I don't know if that was just for the trailer or if that was actually in the game or not.
Okay. Good point.
The guy that was talking. It seems like a cross between some kind of old side scroller and like Mario Maker and Death Stranding. It's just all about delivering packages.
It's really weird.
So I was all the way out until I saw the level that I guess whoever created with the pinball. Okay. I was like, okay, I can get with that.
You like pinball?
I like pinball, and I like the fact that you can create something else besides just a side scrolling level. So what did you think about it?
I hated it.
Okay.
Didn't bring the voice in the background was kind of funny.
Yeah.
And it's kind of satirical, but it just you're not going to get that voice throughout the game.
Right.
So, no.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird.
Weird?
It was funny, but like you said, I didn't know. I wasn't sure if that voice would come along, but if not, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
So that's a no?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, it's a no for me too. I can just go give me a pinball game if I...
Pretty much.
I love pinball.
Pinball. All right. Next game. Telling Lies.
I was very confused on this one too. It looked like a movie preview.
Yeah, because it actually... It was all live actors. It was live action.
Yeah.
Right.
And there was like no game footage. There was no...
Well, it didn't really tell you what you were supposed to be doing.
Right.
I'm assuming that these people would talk to you and then you had to determine if they were lying or not.
Correct, because there was a little part where they had and you were opening files.
Mm-hmm.
It interested me because of the live action, because there was the live action kind of, but it had a little bit of play. The one when they were on the ship. Sony is notorious for putting games that are more like a story, telling a story. So I was interested.
Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going to cost. If it's not a $19.99 game, it won't. Because there doesn't seem like it is any action. Everything is basically old school mouse and click, kind of, sort of.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's the case, I'm interested. That doesn't mean that it's gonna grab my, but it just had so many different kind of characters and emotions, and as it played, there was crying and there was, so I'm interested. I don't know how long it'll keep me, but I'm interested in seeing what it's about.
Yeah, you're gonna get it. You already got it.
I got Trials of Mana.
You've been playing this.
No, I haven't.
You've been clicking. So what you think? So you were confused by it, but was it be something you would check out?
No.
Yeah. I don't know, because here's my thing with this type of thing. You can create a story, so it's like we don't really know if somebody's lying or not, unless you're just putting all the pieces together, like a mystery kind of thing, right? Mm-hmm. So I know you overheard them talking, and they didn't know you were there, and you told me that they said X, Y, and Z, but they told me 1, 2, and 3. I don't know. But again, they did not tell me it. So this is gonna be a no for me because it didn't show enough, right? It really didn't. So, interesting, yeah, but I don't think I would try it. What do we have? Arcade Spirits. Yet another game where they didn't really show enough. So this was a dating simulator, but I and you feel like you go on dates at the arcade and you play old. I don't know if they're really real old games or they just older style games at the arcade, and that's how you interact with your girlfriend or whoever. And I saw the little Space Invaders symbol, so I was like, "Is this Taito? Taito Corporation?" So I was just like, like I ain't down with the one. Oh, I see it right there, Space Invader looking thing. I'm not down with the dating simulator anyway. It's
just another 80s game, 80s looking game, which I like the font and stuff, and I like the 80s stuff, but I was like, I don't even understand what's happening. Again, I don't understand what this is about. So no.
Yeah, well, same way. I'm not opposed to any 80s stuff, but I don't want a dating simulator.
Yeah, I'm not down with that piece of it.
And so,
because I feel like they tried this with the 360. They kept coming out with all these different types of games or apps that had a bunch of old school games inside of it, and would try to get you certain way, try to get you to play it in certain ways. So this is just yet another way to try to get you to. I don't know if it has microtransactions. Like, yo, you got to keep buying this $5 little game to go out with Susie because that's her favorite game, and you'll get 5 hearts with Susie if you play that game. But the game you have, you only get 3 hearts, and then she might not want to get it in, and
oh my gosh!
Oh my god! So anyway, that's a no for you.
No.
But look how pink it is.
I know. I like that.
I think the color splash. But a lot of the retro games have had the color splash that has like all these colors that aren't typical of the newer games.
Mm-hmm.
To kind of try to pull you in with all of the different looks. But no.
All right. Next game, Dread Nautical. Boy, this look like trash. I don't know why you doing your face like that. Boy, this look like some hot trash. This reminds me of the level on Black Ops on the boat, Black Ops 4, with the zombies on the boat. You know what I'm talking about?
I remember.
But I mean, these graphics look like I don't know what. They look horrible.
Yeah, my note was weird graphics on a boat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't understand. I guess I'm just slow. I do not understand half this stuff. Like, what is happening? Like, what is this about?
Survival horror game.
It's a survival horror with a 8-bit twist, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
It didn't look I mean, the graphics were horrible.
Right.
But the aspect of the game, you're on a ship, and like most horror movies, there is that cross of dimension, and that's where they cross into another dimension. No, I won't be playing it. But
yeah, don't front. Don't let me catch you playing this.
If it's $4, maybe, but it has to be like $4.
No, I wouldn't play this for free. So.
Oh no, I'd play for free.
No. I wouldn't even play this for. You could not pay me to play this. Let me put it that way.
But let me say this: it also falls into because it seemed like that had that multiplayer aspect of it too. So it's a no, but yes, a no.
What about you?
No.
No, I thought you liked scary games.
I couldn't even tell this was scary. Like,
okay.
I didn't know what was going on.
Like it had that like
what that was? That was a
yeah.
Plus Ultra. That's what that was.
Yeah.
So anyway, it's time to move on to the next game.
Yeah.
Moving out. So I got.
This looked cute to me.
I got 2 problems with this game. One, I think I said it before. I'm tired of them making games, and will come up later because there's another game just like it, based off work.
Correct.
Like you this is you. I guess you own a moving company. You help people move out of their house, their office, and then it gets more crazy and elaborate, like Fast and Furious 12, where you actually start helping people move off of a moving plane. And
are in space,
right? And you crash, and you throw couches through windows, and I'm assuming that it might be. And
they land perfectly in the truck.
Yeah. So I'm assuming this might be time based. So it's like no matter what you have to do, get all the stuff at the house. But I'm also assuming that if you damage less stuff, then you might make more money. I don't know. But I'm tired of that, and the way they promoted it was all indie, and won all these indie awards and blah blah blah. Like. It's a good marketing scheme, a strategy, a business model, but I'm tired of paying people trying to get me to pay to play games that are just developmental games. Like I'm not like you're trying to develop an engine or you're trying to develop a graphic or whatever you're trying to do so you can sell it to the bigger companies. Look what I can do with my algorithms here, and taking it to the indies and winning all the awards, and then hopefully you get a bigger contract and a bigger budget from a larger studio to make a real game. It's like like I don't want to pay to play your college projects. That's where I'm at with this. I'm just tired of seeing it. But
I thought it looked cute. I like the graphics.
Graphics were.
I mean, I wouldn't pay $60 for it, but
nah, it probably won't.
It's not. It will never be $60.
No.
Yeah.
No, it won't be $60. Oh, and I guess that's the other thing. Let me say that about the telling lies. That was the other thing at the end. It kept showing 10, 9. This place gave it a 10. They played that longer than they did any actual explaining to you what you were supposed to be doing.
But I think that's also a part of Sony's thing too. Is have you noticed Sony is big on awards?
Yeah, but so this one won some type of award last year for indie something. So you?
No.
I would play it.
Yeah. I mean, the first thing I said was reminds me of Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I thought that too.
As far as the graphics and how
it seems pretty simple.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Hey,
fan friendly.
I mean, I don't know. For the next week or so, I'd rather see you throw couches through windows and to keep chopping those trees on Animal Crossing. Yeah.
So you still playing?
But I only play like an hour a day or something. Like I'm kind of burnt out now.
But not all the way. The flame is still flickering.
Yeah, it's still there, but
because it's a routine now.
Yeah, I still want to get in, but I just after about an hour, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah. There's nothing to do.
Yeah, I'm kind of worn out now.
Yeah. So anyway,
I saw something on the Switch and said Mayday. I don't know what that is.
Yes.
So that's the new.
Well, hold on, because her news story got to do with Animal Crossing, so we can talk about that then.
Okay.
Let's get on to the next game.
I didn't know.
Yeah, let's get on to the next game. Sakura Wars. This is based off anime.
Yeah. Anime style.
So this is very strange that we got 2 dating simulators coming out on the same day, because that's what half of this trailer was. And if I was forced to play a dating simulator, it's going to be this, made by Sega, bigger title, better graphics. The graphics were kind of weird to me.
Yeah.
Because they were anime style graphics, but they weren't cel shaded. So it was just like a hybrid, like anime style, but they were 3D graphics.
Well, I got confused because when it first started playing, I only know like basic, so I was like, this looks like the graphics from Three Houses.
So,
but then gameplay didn't at all.
No.
Yeah, the Three Houses had more cel shaded.
Yeah. So Sakura Wars there is one out already on PS4. It's the older version, but it is one out. I have it because a friend told me to buy it. I haven't played it.
You and your friends.
Hey,
you see what they get you into?
Well, I mean that and the fact that he does voices. He did the voice for Claptrap, so he's really big into the. He goes overseas. Well, he ain't going this year, but normally he goes overseas. Him and his wife once every couple of years.
Yeah,
and so he's really big into the Japanese games like this. And he this one will be a plus for me. It may not be played immediately, but I am interested in it because you don't have to go in the way of. I saw it as it's got some dating parts, but it's more for you to add to your group. They just have a whole different way of doing it. And so,
yeah, it's going to be a hard no for me. In the first half of the video was all dating simulator. Then there was like at the end, big mech robot battles.
Yeah. I was like,
this is targeted towards, I don't know if people in Japan like these type of games, but this is targeted for the super nerdy otaku anime fanboy in America, because they like the dating type with the Japanese girls and their kimonos and all that kind of good stuff. And then they like the big mech robots. It's not for me.
Yeah, I didn't. Oh,
yeah,
I didn't like it.
No?
I was confused.
Oh, so you're going to play Arcade Spirits?
No.
Oh, okay.
But I will be buying this. I will buy it. And I will play it later. Because there's a ton of other things right now, but I like it. So label me the fanboy.
That's just you.
I'm fanboy in mix.
That's you.
Mix battles, yeah.
Yeah, that's you. I mean, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. It just ain't for me.
Yeah.
That's you, though. That's you.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Y'all ready for the next game?
Yeah.
Snow Runner. So we've been seeing the commercials for this on TV.
Yeah.
The graphics that they show, which is like 2% gameplay. They only showed the gameplay the one time we could see inside the truck.
Yeah.
All the rest of that stuff was not gameplay. The graphics were dope.
Yeah.
Real dope.
Real dope.
They made sure to tell us about the mechanics of the game. Again, I feel like this is somebody else's science experiment. Like, what company did you make this game for just to test out like driving mechanics? So I wouldn't be surprised if whoever made this game, if we see their name in the bottom of the next Forza or something. I'm just throwing out stuff. Like, and I'm getting tired of this, and I just said that. I feel like this all started with that Rockstar table tennis, where they were just testing out mechanics for the new Grand Theft Auto. The Bouncer, PS2.
I like that game.
It wasn't that great, but it was still, they would just test it. That was just a test for the mechanics.
So
for the next Tekken, I believe.
So I definitely bought into the beautiful scenery and graphics in this trailer. I mean, because I was like, oh, this looks kind of fun. It's like so pretty. But yeah, I was really, I don't know what the gameplay, I saw it, but.
It's like work. It's like you just you just ice road truckers. Like you just delivering stuff. Like
it didn't.
Stuck in the mud, or make sure you avoid the mud, or use your friends to help you get out the mud, or you were using the tow truck to get the big truck out the snow. Man, come on, man. What is this?
You didn't grab me at all.
Who was playing this? I did. It looked like it was super detailed on you can customize your truck and like I said, the graphics were cool from what they showed, but like gameplay, it was just like.
But the same person who would play Farming Simulator Pro Edition would like this. The driving, the work type situation.
But that ain't nobody. Who buying farm, like, as far as the masses?
Oh yeah, I can't speak for the masses, but I mean.
So it's a no for all of us.
That's a no.
It's a no.
No. Okay, let's move on then. Streets of Rage 4.
Playing it right now.
Okay.
So this looks again like it looks like an upgraded 80s 90s fighting game.
It is. This is the fourth one.
Okay.
This is the fourth one. And they tried to encompass more new stuff. Because the main villain in the previous ones was Mr. X 1, 2, and 3. So this is totally new. And it's okay. I mean, it's a side scroller where you can punch people in the head and do crazy, combos. If you're cool with that. I mean, it's not you're not going into this looking for like substance.
Yeah. No.
You're gonna play it, get your punching and your button mashing, and then you let it go.
Yeah.
So I was impressed. I was like, okay. It looks like they took it serious, and they put a lot of time and effort into it. And it's some notable names, right? As opposed to just random side scroller that came out on a low budget.
Right.
This does not look like a low budget side scroller like all the other stuff that we been talking about. Now, I was never into Streets of Rage. I was more Double Dragon.
Correct.
So
came at around the same time.
Yeah. So
okay.
So I'm not really familiar with the background of Streets of Rage as far as the characters or the storyline or whatever. But I would play this, and I think you should play it.
And you can play co-op, and you can play it with up to 4 players, and
it's a 4-player local.
Yeah.
So I'm down with that.
And it is Game Pass.
Of course.
Free to play.
Of course. So I think you should play it. I think this would be a good step up from where you're at with Animal Crossing, because I doubt that this is too complex.
No, it's not.
Especially if Terrence is playing it. This plus Ultra.
Right. It was coming. Somewhere.
Yeah, you knew he's gonna throw that in there.
Somewhere in there, it was going. One is gonna come.
Plus Ultra. I mean, you tell me though. Is combos still basic? You just hit and punch.
Man, you have 2 buttons you use, and you have your jump, You have your other two buttons. Now, and PlayStation hadn't come out yet, and there's a deluxe bundle where you can buy it and get it put in the old cartridge case.
Hey,
Oh wow.
Like a
the
Sega. Okay.
So yeah, before this even came out, there were talks about it. It's on. I don't think it's on the Switch, but I do know it's on PS4, Xbox, PC, those three.
Okay. I mean, you can even tell by this image here that they put a little more effort into this.
Correct.
So what you think?
I don't know. I wouldn't play it. I don't really like fighting games.
It's not really a fighting game though.
But it kind of, that's what you're doing. It's like punch, punch, punch.
I mean,
kick.
you're fighting people, but it's the same button as when you go kill those trees on Animal Crossing. It's the same thing. Instead of hacking at the tree,
basically
you just
what
punching
saying.
somebody in the face. I mean, it's the same thing.
I don't know.
They don't give you wood. They give you gold and money, and for your health, they give you apple or turkey.
See, apple.
Mm-hmm. So you get apple.
This is just like Animal Crossing. Anyway, so if it is on Game Pass, I would definitely be trying it out.
I mean, if we already have access to it, then I would try it. But it's not something that I would just...
We got 2-player local, so we can play on the same team.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
All right. Next game and last game. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Campaign Remastered. Thoughts?
It's a plus. It looks beautiful. It's campaign only. So I think it's download only too. But the only problem with campaigns, normally when you beat a campaign, you don't go back to play it again. So
no, because it'll be different if this was like released on the PS2. Like, I feel like some of these graphics, now if I go back and try to play the 360 version, I'll be like, okay, these graphics aren't great. Mm-hmm. But like the graphics were never the problem with the campaign mode in these Xbox 360 PS3 versions of this game. There wasn't a problem. Let me put it that way. I'm not saying that there was a problem. I'm saying the graphics weren't like, man, if these just had better graphics, Final Fantasy 7, for example, Resident Evil 3. Well, if this just had better graphics, this game would be so like just above and beyond, what it is already. But so I guess I feel like it's too soon. This might have been a good something for PS5 and
I think it was pushed maybe a little bit quicker because of what's going on with COVID-19. I don't think it would have. I don't think that if we were not at home on a more regular basis, that they would have even put this out right now.
Oh, they should have put it out when the trash Black Ops 4 came out, since it didn't have no story. I'm just saying. Like, that would have filled in, right? It don't go together, but I mean, at least you had something to do as far as the storyline. I don't know. It looked dope. I think the thing that was missing for me, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't Modern Warfare 2 the one with the airport level?
I think it was. The
airport level that got banned in a bunch of countries. So I didn't see that in there. So it's like, I need my airport level.
I don't think they were going to put it in the trailer. I think that if you have access to it, it will be in the game.
I'll need to know before I play it. That's all I know. That's all I'm saying. If I got no airport, I don't want this. I got to have my airport. What you think?
I mean, the graphics were beautiful, but I don't typically like Call of Duty.
Well, unfortunately, you've just been exposed to a bunch of Black Ops, unfortunately.
I do like the last one we did.
Modern Warfare?
Yeah, I did like that one just because it was like the circle, like it makes me like, but typically just running around like.
Well, these stories were more interactive with the story mode.
Right.
Oh, okay. I like story mode.
So like all that stuff you saw was like the whole thing is a story mode, but all that stuff you saw was kind of seamless interactions with the environment. So the on the side of the cliff with the snow, and then with the submarines and like all that kind of stuff, like that stuff you actually can play and do. So it was pretty dope. Y'all ready for the next round?
Yes, sir.
You sure?
Yep.
All right.
Round 3.
We got some news. This is up. This is all that's been in my feed all week long. And I don't care about it at all, one bit. But everybody is making like a huge deal about this for some reason, and I have no idea why.
People like Vikings.
No, it seemed like people like Assassin's Creed.
I mean, they do, but the aspect of giving you a Viking, it's a plus.
I don't care. I don't care anymore.
What's the story?
Who knows?
That you can buy this bundle with a Viking?
No. Assassin's Creed has, I don't know if, correct me if I'm wrong, but you got a guy in whatever current time period, and he's like reliving these memories, or he's going back in time and doing something. So then they keep doing these different time periods or something. I don't know. It's like, I don't care. But
it is a pretty popular game.
It is, but I don't get it.
Popular single player. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I can't do this every year.
They tried with Unity to make it, but I think we talked about that. Unity was horribly done. So it kind of put people off, and they never did a multiplayer one ever again.
I don't know.
So people are making a big deal that there's a collector's edition?
No, this is just the image I chose to put up there.
Oh.
They're making a big deal that this game was announced.
Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
So this is the new game that was announced, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and it's just like, who cares?
But there are a lot of people who do.
Yeah.
Which is what you're basically saying.
So I guess my question for everybody out there is, if you care, why? Why do you care? Because my interactions with Assassin's Creed is like, it's not like that like great of a game. It's super repetitive. Like once you play for like about 2 hours, maybe, all the rest of the 50 hours are just like those first 2 hours. And I spent a lot of time like running from people. Like, I don't want to run from people. I want to kill people.
Yeah, but
in the game, not
but it's the
life.
same thing with Animal Crossing. You don't like Animal Crossing either, but it's super, super popular. So there's some group of people that like stuff like this, like Assassin's Creed. I mean, they like running from stuff, and
yeah. But you saying that they like it doesn't explain to me why.
Well, the last couple of ones is not as much running. So there is the assassin portion, because you're an assassin, but they've gone away from the stealthy. There are certain aspects of the game that uses the stealth, but most of them is like, no, we're gonna fight you, bro, and we're gonna and so people like it. I mean, the older ones, the original first one was the first two were basically stealth alone, but then as the game progressed, it became less stealth, more assassination.
So I don't know. I know Dave is gonna get it. Shout out.
Shout out to Dave. Because that's all he plays all the time, 24/7. But I don't really think I know anybody else who plays Assassin's Creed. And I'm not saying I don't know anybody who has ever played Assassin's Creed, because I played Assassin's Creed. But as far as like actively playing it, I get the new one every time it comes out.
And I do.
I only know one person like that.
Well, he does.
I know a lot. And Kim, shout out to Kim.
Shout out.
My homeboy V, shout out.
Shout out.
Kim loves them.
Oh, really?
She actually loves them. And she will, and her purpose is to platinum these games. And V as well. But I mean, I do know people who like them, who genuinely like them. Now, once they beat them, it's a little different, and they will platinum. And I got a homeboy who plays it on. He does all of them. He does all of the of that line of games. So basically, the Divisions, all of those through that company, through Ubisoft. Yeah, he does all Ubisoft games. So Far Cry, all of those. So I mean,
well, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying Assassin's Creed is a bad game. That's not what I'm saying. The hype that I've seen from this, though, I don't understand that hype. Like, it's just been blown out. It's like every time I get on my phone, it's something about this. I don't know if this is just because it's the only thing that's been announced.
What's the major title?
It's a major title, but it's the only thing ever announced. It's like, why is every time I get on my phone, this is on my phone?
So,
like, get off my phone.
Everything else has been pushed back, pretty much. So this is the first thing that's not really pushed back, and you're getting something new. Because not Days Gone, The Last of Us 2, Cyberpunk, all of those things have been pushed back. This is the first title that, and if we're looking forward to the future of getting it rather than things being pushed into the future.
I feel like people seem to be hyping announcements for releases more than when the actual game comes out. I saw more hype around the Final Fantasy VII Remake when it was announced at E3 than I did when it actually came out. Like, I don't understand. Like, I don't understand that.
But it's a time period. It was a time period.
And so this too, it's getting all this hype now. When it comes out, I'm probably not gonna hear that much about it.
It's time period. Right now, when Final Fantasy came out, we were all at home. It wasn't like people could line up and get in lines for this game.
No, what I'm saying is I'm seeing stories being written about it, blogs being written about it, social media posts. You can do that at home.
Well, I think a lot of people get excited about things, you know, they want, and then when you get it, it's kind of like, okay, like I'm gonna play it, but now I have it, so that excitement and that anticipation isn't there as much.
Well, I guess I don't know. Dave, I need you to explain it to me.
Let us know.
Anyway, that we do have a question of the day. Do you still care about Assassin's Creed?
You should say, and why?
And why? Down in the comment section below, please, because I don't understand. Again, not a bad game, but I'm seeing this in my feed like it's Final Fantasy VII or something, and it's not. Okay. It's not. So anyway, you gonna buy it?
Yeah.
You gonna play it?
No.
And it's been no for me. I mean, unless we just have to do it for podcast purposes, which we probably won't because it's not multiplayer. Plus Ultra. Anyway, next story. Why is he on my screen?
Dr. Disrespect.
I don't like him.
And most people don't.
Who is this?
Well, a lot of people do because they watch him.
Well, they watch him, but it's not because they like him. They watch him because he's Dr. Disrespect. And a lot of the things he say, I won't say are controversial. He talks out the side of his neck a lot.
Is he like a YouTube person?
Yeah.
Okay.
Twitch.
Okay.
And so he's been in trouble before. Like when he went to E3 last year and went to the bathroom, was filming, so he was banned. He just does stuff, shock value.
Yeah.
Shock value.
Keep people talking about him.
Shock jock. Yeah.
Right. So this one actually was a little different, and the reason why is this. We know him for video games, and the comment, stay in your lane. You're not a doctor. You are Dr. Disrespect because of Twitch. So what happened is there was some articles that came out from another doctor. A
real doctor?
A real doctor.
Okay. Dr. Phil? No, I'm just kidding.
And not Dr. Oz either. But it was, what he did was, he's basically pushing a conspiracy theory that people should still be able to go out and live life like nothing happened. And basically there's a conspiracy theory that's keeping people at home.
This is all made up and blown out of proportion.
Pretty much.
Okay.
And so he got pushback, which you should. You're not a doctor. And it goes away from the gaming industry. Now we talk about stuff about things closing a lot of times, but they're events. We don't give our views on. We don't give our personal views on things that doctors say. Mm-hmm. Not on here. And he kind of stepped out and he kind of went into this, and the doctor that he was talking about had like been banned for like a 5-year period. So a lot of his stuff was ill-placed. And because of that, with Dr. Disrespect, he's been getting a lot of pushback. He gets pushback all the time, but this is different because he never let real life get tangled up with video games.
So what is the conspiracy theory?
That this is all made up.
This whole period is made up.
Made up, like people has not actually died, or
that it's blown out of proportion.
That is blown out of proportion. Because I don't really feel like saying it's blown out of proportion is like a conspiracy theory.
No, it's not. He didn't even. He's taking it off of his site.
Oh, okay.
So he put it out there, and then he got that pushback, and he took it off. So it wasn't. What it was. It's not so much that he is saying that this is basically saying it's not true. that all of this that has happened is not true.
A way to
okay.
control you and like that kind of
Correct.
thing that
Okay.
people are
And
saying.
keep you in the house.
Well, what I will say is, and I think, even though I think that guy is still making a lot of money, who's the one guy, the blonde haired dude that did the shock jock stuff? I think on YouTube, and then he got in trouble for something. I don't remember. Went to some place of people committing suicide or something. I don't remember. He did something weird, and then he ended up getting all of his sponsors
taken away.
They were just
Right.
like, no. The problem with the stuff he does with the shock jock is it's hard to keep that up, because the next outrageous thing that you do or say
Correct.
has to top the
Yeah.
last one, right? And then it has to top the last one. And eventually you back yourself into a corner where you're saying something just completely outrageous and stupid. It doesn't sound outrageous and stupid to you because it's not that much worse than what you said last time. It's just a little bit worse. So you're thinking, no big deal, right?
Right.
But it's like eventually all this stuff is going to catch up to you, and you know.
Everything's like a hill. You can climb that hill, you can climb that hill, you can climb the hill, and then you'll see that one thing that'll put you over the top, and then you'll fall, and then we'll never hear from you again.
Right.
I think it was funny that I think sometimes he'll pull back, but people like and which I like, Angry Joe. Shout out to Angry Joe. He stays in his video game lane. He's going to give you video games. He may dress up and he may do all of that, but he stays in his lane. Once you travel outside of that, you kind of put yourself in harm's way.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not the type to say stay in your lane. I'm not. Now, if you're saying stuff and it's not fact based, okay. If you're giving your opinion about something, okay. But if you're just saying, like you said, a conspiracy theory that's like some theory that someone made up, and there's no facts or proof behind anything you're saying, and you're spewing that out there to millions of people, there's some sort of accountability on your end. Which is the thing behind all this Facebook stuff that's happening, where they will actually block known things that are not true or made up, and they won't block it. They'll just tell you up front, hey, this has been fact checked and it's not true. Now,
No, but some of it's removed.
yeah,
It might have gotten
of it is-
better now, but there was a time a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month, where they would just remove it. If it was anything conspiracy related, or if it was anything that was not 100% factual, they had something running to just remove it.
Now, I don't know how I feel about that specifically, because now we're being conditioned to just believe what you deem to be facts, or your fact checkers, what they determine is fact. So I don't know how I feel about that specifically, but I do say that, hey, this is your platform, Zuckerberg, with Facebook. You can do whatever you want to with it, right? We don't own anything on here.
Correct.
So you can do whatever you want. You can ban whoever you want. You can kick, whatever, because it's your stuff. So,
I mean, and most of the time it's just to stop mass hysteria. So I'm okay.
yeah. Now, like I said, this guy has never said anything that I've
Paid attention to
Nah, man. He just seemed like just a big bully to me.
with the wig and the glasses.
He's angry because he's like a big dude. So I think he's used to just intimidating people. And so he just says whatever he wants to say and just says crazy stuff. And I'm ready for him to be off my screen. So anyway, just real quick, you don't have to go deep into it. Is there some kind of conspiracy going on?
It's over. I mean, it's over with. So I mean, they put the
it's
push.
over.
Yeah, because once people, like with anything, like you say, he put that out there for people, and people were like, that soup doesn't taste good.
Oh, you saying whatever he was talking about is over with?
Yeah,
I'm saying in real life, is there some kind of conspiracy going on? Yes or no?
No.
Okay.
All right. Conspiracy, no, but I feel like one day we'll hear something weird about what's going on right now.
Oh, that's true.
So we're going to hear something. So anyway, next story, last story. What you drinking over there? We drinking, don't put that metal in your body.
Alkaline water is good.
What is this? More animals?
Okay.
I mean, I know I teased it earlier, so I knew it was coming, but.
So I came across this article that talked about, it was written by a guy, African-American guy, and he said that he was talking about when he first started playing Animal Crossing New Leaf, which is the one before this, in 2013, that he was really excited and pumped to play it, and then he gets in the game and there is no representation for people of color, like to like set their little person up, right? And he was very defeated by that because he's like, that just makes you feel alienated. Like, how my person doesn't look like me at all. Correct. And I don't even have the option. So, and apparently there was like only one way to even darken your skin, and it was like this tanning mechanism, but you had to be out at a certain time and the weather had to be this one way, and it was like temporary. And I guess a lot of people wrote to Nintendo voicing their opinion about it. Like, what's up with this? This is kind of ridiculous. They never addressed it. Nintendo never addressed it, but they ended up, creating this Mii mask, and I think it's supposed to match your Mii character. But what it did was it basically, for all intents and purposes, gave you a black face. That's it. It didn't change any part of your body except your face. And so then that looked real weird. You know, of course, people were like, what? So he did say it is definitely nice for in this game, you can, you know, they did change it to where you can, there's more of a selection. You can find somebody that looks like you and whatever. But at the same time, he's kind of feeling like it's like a little too late, you know, too little too late, almost. And then there was just some comments in here about representation has been a problem since the beginning of games. Black people have been continuously excluded or only included as a second thought that doesn't even feel that thought out, or as a punchline, as with Barrett from Final Fantasy VII's awkward attempt at an 80s Mr. T impression. There's a lot in here, but
Barrett was the biggest. That's when you had representation of a character who kind of was outside of the box mainstream. But other than that, no. There has not been black representation.
Yeah. So I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting article because, you know, to be honest, it's not something that has affected me. I didn't realize, you know, I didn't know. And there's been a lot of games that you've played where you could go in and you know, make your character more like you. So I never really noticed that this was a problem. So it was very enlightening to me.
So problem might be a strong word for me.
Okay.
I don't know why Terrence, what's wrong? Your neck hurt?
No.
He's curious what you're going to say.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So the main thing people have to remember is, one, you control things. So whoever wrote that article, obviously you've played Animal Crossing and you've been playing Animal Crossing and you went out and bought the new Animal Crossing. If you had a problem with no representation in the game, don't buy it. Stop buying it. You have some sort of power over the decisions that people make. That's one. Two, this game was made in Japan. I don't know how many black people run around Japan. So
yeah, but just because it's made in Japan,
hold on. In Japan, it may not be a lot, but there is still representation
enough to where you're gonna put them in your games. No,
but they know that people all over the world are playing this game.
But they're not making the games for us in America.
Well, I don't know why not.
They're making the games for them.
I don't know why not. We're buying it up.
Right. Again, it goes back to my first point, which is, if you got a problem with it, don't buy it, and then they're either gonna make the change or the sales are gonna be so low that they won't even bring it over here. They'll still make it in Japan because we know there's a bunch of games that they make that don't never come over here, right? Same thing with anime, same thing with whatever, music, all that, whatever. So you know, problem might be a strong word.
Well,
I don't think it's a strong word, but at the same point,
it's noticeable.
A representation in games, period. Yeah, black people in games. Yeah. Now, I didn't buy this game for the purpose of that purpose, but it is okay. I didn't buy the previous ones. I know about them, but I didn't play any of them. But I'll say this here recently. I say within the last maybe 10 years, you'll see a lot of games that are started to give you, like, here's your character, and we'll give you, and even still now, like, they got that one color, black, blue. Well, you black, but you almost like blue. Like, that's not, so the representation is still kind of jacked up, but you're starting to see it in the game.
Well, and I think another problem is, again, not giving these people an out. I'm just saying, when you first started seeing more black people as far as a created character in games, it was bad.
Oh yeah.
Like the hair specifically was bad. And it makes sense. How would some Japanese person in Japan know how to create a game? Hard enough to create a game by itself. Now you're creating games of textures and representing people that you probably never seen before.
So and let me say that.
You probably never met before.
In Japan, or a lot of those, there are a lot of military. There's a lot of military travel back and forth. So with that being said, a lot of our military is stationed sometimes in Japan or wherever. So they see.
Yeah, but
if they truly wanted to research, that it would be just simple. Hey, I mean, I may cause some problems. You know, you say something like, "Hey, let me see the texture of your hair," but at the same point, you have that option. It's just a little bit more work.
Well, regardless whether in Japan or not, at this point in time and for a long time now, they've been making games that the whole world is playing. So it would behoove them to get some American and European partners over in Japan or wherever, so y'all can work together to make sure everybody's represented.
Correct.
So and it's not just, I mean, I'm not just picking on Nintendo. There's a lot of companies that for a long time weren't doing well on the whole representation, a lot, and a lot of companies, I feel like in the past even just couple of years, have gotten better and better about representation. So it's not just them, but this just was one that was kind of, I wanted to get y'all's opinion because, like I said, we've played games where you've let me even design your character, and it had, some games have a ton of options and some, I guess, don't.
Well, a lot of games, it seems like the games that give you a ton of options, at least from what I've seen, you don't even see your character. So it's just like
Fallout 4. Remember, you could design the heck out of that.
I spent all this time designing this character and never see it. So it's like, could I be a black person? Sure. Will I ever see it? No.
Yeah. So
what I will say though, for this one, Animal Crossing does not have any excuses, and this is why I will say it, because it is a life simulator.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
and you see it the whole entire time.
From that perspective, yeah, you need to have full representation. But some other game, it's like, I don't know. This problem is not the right word for me. It's noticeable. Could you do better? Yeah. Do you have to do better? Obviously not, because even the person who wrote that still bought the game. So until you use your money, and we had a conversation off topic about this before the show started. We're not going to get into that because it's too political. But until you use your money wisely on who you watch on TV and who you buy stuff from and who you keep supporting, it's not going to change.
So, yeah, we won't go because that is political to a harder degree.
Yeah.
But I do believe it's the problem. This is the thing, and the only reason why I say this: anytime we get a game, the game doesn't come out within a year, so there's a lot of research that's done prior to. So if you're gonna research everything, research everything. Our representation in the day was we the dude. I'm sorry, I don't want to go in there. So I'm gonna keep it simple. Was we're the dude that's getting beat up. We are the dude, like, we'll use Streets of Rage. We're the ones getting punched in the face. We're the ones that are getting beat up and thrown in the trash cans,
Mm-hmm.
And the savior is, but that's not what we're going to talk about today. I just believe that there has to be some type of better representation. Now, given, like, we'll use Valhalla. I don't really know about if there were ever black Vikings. I'm pretty sure there may be like one, but that's a little different. But based upon just like a person in the game should have that ability to be changed because it's a game.
Yeah.
It's our step out of reality and into the game.
Yeah. It shouldn't always just be some default white guy. And this is what you're forced to play with.
Correct.
So Terrence wants more representation.
I want more representation.
More representation. Me, it's fine. If it's my thing is use your dollars or your voice.
Yeah.
If you see something wrong, stop buying it. Tell your people not to buy it and explain to them why you're not buying it. And that's the only way a big movement can happen, as opposed to them just putting some kind of patch or update in just to appease you. And then and they don't even make a statement about it. Come on, Nintendo, do better.
But the good news is that for this one they did.
Yeah, and they did.
But like you said, they didn't put a statement. They just put it in the game, but they never made an official statement about it.
Well, the article points out that when it happened for New Leaf, people kept saying stuff, and they never said anything then. I don't know if they have ever said anything since then, but at the time they didn't address it at all.
Nintendo doesn't usually say a lot anyway. You can complain to them because they have the tournaments, a lot of tournaments for Smash Brothers, and they've pushed to a lot of people here push for them to support the tournaments. Nintendo is pretty much like we don't care. That's usually how they are about a lot of stuff Nintendo does.
Because they're going
to make the money regardless.
So it doesn't matter. Again, your dollars or your voice.
Yeah.
Which is my, whatever for this whole topic. Anyway.
All right.
Y'all got anything else?
No.
I knew we were going to go long this time because we had a bunch of games.
Yeah.
But anyway, speaking of all those games, links down in the description below. Make sure to check it out. Plus Ultra.
That's it for this week's update. If you enjoyed the show, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you'll be the first to know when we release new episodes. See you next week.
Don't you be afraid.